not have to trust her to love her. That is a myth. Female haters want to fuck me.
Repeat after me. Flush your condoms.
And male haters want to beat me. It's that simple.
Wait a minute. You actually thought you were the only guy she was fucking?
But she told me she loved me.
Live from Philadelphia, your man, Donovan Sharpe.
Ay, 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 ay. What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome finally to the 574th edition of TSR Live, your daily dose of red pill truth, wisdom, and awareness. As always, we are brought to you by Gorilla Mind Rush, the #1 non-habit-forming supplement on the market for energy and focus. Be hyper-productive and laser-focused 4 hours without the crash, without the jitter. Support your productivity and the show by going to donovansharpe.com/Gorilla Mind Rush. We are streaming live to YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, VK, OK.ru, and Facebook. Finally got out of Facebook jail. So however you're watching, wherever you're watching from, thank you for making the Sharpe Reality Live a part of your daily routine. Oh my God. As you guys can see, if you're looking, if you look at the bottom right-hand side of your screen, yes, that is a destroyed TV. That is, I absolutely, positively destroyed one of my monitors. I actually chose a smaller one. So it, just, made a few changes in the studio, and it was incredibly frustrating. And finally, I just lost my fucking temper and just destroyed. I just lost my temper and just completely destroyed the this monitor over here. So, yeah. Not off to the best start. Not off to the best start. So the long and the short of what has happened here, and again, I'm just going to make sure that all systems are go. I'm going to make sure that everybody can see everything. It looks like I am live. Okay, I am live on Twitter. Let me make sure that I'm live on Facebook. So the long and the short of what's happened, and guys, it's going to sound like I kind of know what I'm talking about. But I really don't. Apparently, Restream is having trouble with their connections. Something about an API issue of some sort. And what it ends up doing is, for whatever reason, they're having some technical difficulties. So I had to go through a bunch of different steps to create an event. I had to do it in the new YouTube studio. Then I had to, oh God, it was just absolutely crazy, and it still wasn't working. And finally, the guy at Restream said, hey, listen, don't forget, after you hit the live button on OBS, you still have to hit the live button in YouTube. In other words, you have to start streaming, but because the API is having trouble or lack thereof or whatever the case may be, you have to, after you go live on OBS, you got to go into your YouTube studio and hit the live button there. So finally, I got through all of that, and here we, oh, wow, okay, so my knuckles are bleed, oh, yeah, all right, so, yeah, yeah, I completely, dude, I just, I'm not proud of my violent, temper. I'm not really proud of it, I really have to learn to get that under control. But, I got to tell you, man, I'm certainly not going to sit here and make a bunch of excuses because, destroying my own equipment that I paid good money for so I can bring you guys good content. That's inexcusable, right? I don't know. Maybe I need to get a punching bag in here or something. But the reason I get so bent out of shape when stuff like this happens is because I work so hard. I worked so hard to make sure everything is right. I am rock steady. I am a fucking metronome. Everything I do every day is exactly the same. And I make sure I'm up on time. I make sure I get my studio done. I mean, everything on my end is always 100% right. But then I have either equipment failure or, in this particular instance, some sort of API issue with Restream, and I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So the more I work with it, the more frustrated. Oh boy, yeah. Well, this is my globe. Oh man. Oh boy. All right. Let me. So anyway, I get very, very frustrated because I work very hard to make sure that I am ready at 3:00 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. And if I'm ready, but my equipment is not, or there's some sort of technical issue with the fucking software, I just lose my mind because I'm like, yo, like I've been preparing for the show since fucking 10 o'clock this morning, and now that anyway, you guys don't want to hear about that. So anyway, guys, it is Monday, March 16th, 2020. Josh Murray, the $20 super chat. I appreciate that. Bird Prey 1, I got to time you out for that. I do not do trend. I know it was supposed to be a joke, but come on. I can't have people in here thinking I'm doing trend balone. I'll tell you what, though. Bird Prey 1, I'll tell you what, if I was on trend, the damage certainly would have been a lot more than that. So, anyway, I hope everybody had a safe, productive, and restful weekend. I know I did. Broke in my new bowling ball over the weekend. That bowling ball is absolutely the truth. Devin's actually bowling much better as well. She got a new bowling ball. We got matching bowling balls. Hers I think is like a 12 or 13 pounder. Mine is a 16 pounder, and we both appear to be doing much better on the lane. So we'll see what happens tomorrow night. We also went on took a little staycation. Stayed at a really nice hotel in downtown Philly. Stayed at the Four Seasons, 5-star hotel. I think it's about 12, maybe 13, 15 blocks west of where we live. And listen, man, you go to the Four Seasons, dude, great service. Unfucking believable service. We're right outside front of the hotel, and then, of course, the bellhop is there. He takes my backpack. Takes my backpack right off my back, like right there on the street. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And I was like, oh, okay, he works for the hotel. Took our bags up there, man. Set the room temperature. Dude, we got the club access. We paid the additional money to have access to the club, the exclusive club. Dude, you get free fucking drinks, complimentary drinks the whole time you're there. It's there, dude. It's fully stocked with food, sushi, pastries, breakfast, all that stuff. Ended up going to Fogo de Chao, which is a Brazilian steakhouse. Now, that's the first time I had ever been to a traditional Brazilian steakhouse. Dude, it's where the guys carry around the meat and they slice off the meat onto your plate. Fucking unbelievable guys. Dude, I had sirloin, I had lamb, filet mignon, New York strip, ribeye, ribs, you name it. They had it. Big thanks goes out to Josh Murray with another $100 super chat. So listen, Josh, I appreciate the super chats, man. I can't believe how pissed off I got, man. Yes, gentlemen, this is a destroyed. Oh my God, unbelievable. Anyway, but Josh Murray, I appreciate the $120 in super chats. Then, of course, Devin and I came back to the hotel, and I decided to do a little bit of an impromptu live stream. And, and I do these live streams, every once in a while when I'm out of town. I did the whole New York City thing. That was a lot of fun. And when I'm down at the 21 convention, I'll do live streams from there. But everything was all good until Devin walked out butt naked. The funny thing about this particular situation is that everything would have been all good had I not been sitting in front of the window. So Devin walks out butt-ass naked, N-I-K-K-E-I-T. She walks out butt naked. She has no idea that everyone can see her on the camera. So I'm going to play that little snippet for you, and don't worry, I'm doing some of my... I actually included like some amateur pixelated pixelated images there. So all you horny motherfuckers, all you thirsty ass niggas, don't get. Ooh, he's gonna show Devin. No. It was a very, very funny interaction. And watching it back, I actually look at my face because I said something to her, and then she starts because the bathroom's on my left. She comes out, and I'm like, oh, okay. So without further ado, this is like a 15, 20-second snippet. This is Devin walking out naked, unbeknownst to her. Everybody could see her. Here we go.
Oh, that dude said booty loop. Okay, like you are butt naked. And people
Which
can.
one? This one?
Sweetie, I need you to lower yourself. I need you to lower yourself. There you go.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. That's all right.
One?
Yeah, that one. I don't think anybody saw titties on the camera. It's all good. There we go. She walked out here butt naked. I'm like, yo, lower yourself. I'm not trying to get demonetized up in this motherfucker.
Yo, Devin was so fucking... Dude, she was so embarrassed behind that shit. Like, yo, I was in... Like, listen, I removed the video immediately. I was in motherfucking tears. Devin, listen, I'm going to play it again. I'm going to play it again for those of you who just missed it. I'm going to play it one more time. I'm going to play it one more time, and then I swear we're going to get down to business. Here we go.
Oh, that dude said booty loop. Okay, like you are butt naked. And
Which
people can.
one? This one?
Sweetie, I need you to lower yourself. I need you to lower yourself. There you go.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. That's all right.
One?
Yeah, that one. I don't think anybody saw titties on the camera. It's all good. There we go. She walked out here butt naked. I'm like, yo, lower yourself. I'm not trying to get demonetized up in this motherfucker.
Did you see how quickly she exited stage left? Like, listen, she's like, this right here. All right, boom. She was out. I have never seen her move that fast in my entire life. So that was a lot of fun. It was good to sort of relive that. Relive that experience. That was absolutely. And Tom Brokaw is right. It wasn't too bad. It was just a reflection. But when I replayed it, I was like, yeah, even though it's just a reflection, I can absolutely see your tits. So I had to remove it. Had to remove the video and decided to play the edited version here for everyone to see. So that was a good time. Mysterium Lugosi with the $10 super chat says, my thirst isn't quenched like you promised, but it was still funny as fuck. Rock on. She walked out. Dude, when we're at the house, Deb walks around naked all the time. Like, this is just how we are. She was just, I happened to be sitting in front of the window, and bless her little heart, she's like, oh, I'm sorry. So that was some funny shit. She was very, very embarrassed. So those of you who actually saw it live, you guys now have something in the spank bank. Okay, let's get right to it. Oops, wait a minute. There we go. Let's get right to it. Today's subject was submitted by my guy on YouTube, Ron Jenkins. He goes by Ron Jenkins, Ronnie Jenkins. Listen, Ron Jenkins, man, that dude, like, he and I, we stay in Facebook jail, right? And the reason why, there are obvious reasons why we stay in Facebook jail, but he and I have a lot in common in terms of our mind thought, or our mindset, like things that we believe in, et cetera, et cetera. He and I are definitely like-minded people. It's a shame he doesn't have a live stream, because he is absolutely solid gold on Facebook, which is why, of course, he's always in Facebook jail. But couple days out of Facebook jail, and I saw an article that he posted on Facebook entitled, Why Being Over 40 and Still Single is Not the Red Flag You Think It Is. So naturally, I had to have a look, and I immediately figured out, okay, yeah, I am absolutely going to break this article down this week. I actually decided to just go ahead and do it today. But it was written by a Shelley R. Warren. And in case you're wondering who Shelley R. Warren is, I don't know who she is either, but here is her profile. And again, you can tell a lot about who and what the author is going to be just based on their profile, right? I'm a shitlord, right? So my profile on Return of Kings was, hey, Donovan Sharpe is a sexist son of a bitch who keeps women on their toes, their backs, and their knees where they belong. So that kind of gives you an idea as to who and what I am. Well, Shelley Warren, if you look at her picture, she doesn't really look like she's a happy person, right? If you look at her, she actually she kind of looks like Jay-Z. She kind of looks like Jay-Z with lipstick on. Now that I'm looking at her. Anyway, her profile says, quote, Shelley R. Warren is a lover of quotes, lip gloss, graphic t-shirts, silver jewelry, and Pumas. So right out of the bat, the first few lines, she thinks she's someone special because she loves quotes. Every woman loves quotes. She loves lip gloss. Oh, how cute. Every woman loves lip gloss, graphic t-shirts, silver jewelry, and Pumas. Ooh. So, obviously, the first two lines, she's trying to make us think that she is somebody special. She's an author of 2 published books thus far. Ooh, there's supposed to be more. In fact, 2019, it continues, was the 15-year anniversary of her first release. Listen to this book title. Inside of Me, Lessons of Lust, Love, and Redemption. She's seriously mulling over penning a sequel to it. Right? So, obviously, Shelley R. Warren is just like any other mid-30 to mid-40 slut who fucked a bunch of guys and thinks that we want to read about it. Remember that 46-year-old who ran out of Tinder matches? What was her name? Drew, God, what the hell was her name? Andy Liu, right? Well, she also wrote a book about dating, about her online dating experiences, right? Robin Korth, the 59-year-old who got rejected from a 55-year-old man because he told her that her body was too wrinkly. She was incensed and incredulous, could not understand why. She also wrote a slut book. So that's sort of the trend over the last 5 to 10 years or so. Women fuck around. They sport fuck their way through their 20s, 30s, halfway through their 40s. They realize that men don't want them anymore. So you know what? Let's just keep the party going. I want to keep the attention on me. Let's write a book about my slutty lifestyle and charge people money for it. Yes, this is what they do. Shelley Warren is no different. It says in 2020 marks her 20-year anniversary of being a mostly full-time writer. Aside from that, when Shelley's not telling all her business, she's helping couples, marriage life coach, or assisting with birthing babies. Ay, ay, ay. See? It is beyond me why in the world would a woman take relationship advice from another woman who says why being over 40 and single is not the red flag you think it is. I've talked about this before, guys. I will never understand why women don't take... Actually, I do understand. The reason why women take relationship advice from women like Shelley Warren is because that advice is easy, right? Oh, if you want your boyfriend to pay more attention to you, flirt with his homeboys. If you want your boyfriend to buy you something, withhold sex. If you want your boyfriend to love you for who you are, gain 20 pounds. If your boyfriend is getting on you about your weight, right, you need to tell him off. Close up your legs. Then these same bitches that take this terrible relationship advice from perpetually single bitches, they're always at a loss as to why their boyfriends cheat on them, why they're still single, etc., etc. That's the reason they take the relationship advice from women like this, because it's very easy to take that kind of advice. It's easy to take relationship advice that's easy to follow. Cheat on your boyfriend, flirt with other guys. No, they don't take relationship advice from people who are actually in good, solid relationships, because that advice is not easy to take, nor is it easy to follow. That's how that works. Anyway, her byline is all over cyberspace, but where you won't find her is on social media. Like anywhere at all. If you need to hit her up, she's usually reachable at missnosfio@gmail.com, though. However, pitches for X Nicole need to go editor at xionnicole.com. Hit her up, strictly Shelley related stuff. So she thinks she's different and special and unique and a snowflake because she's not on social media. What women need to understand is that just because they're not different or unique or special doesn't mean they're not lovable. Women are always trying to be unique. Women, we don't want you to be unique. We want you to be feminine. We don't give a shit if you like Pumas. We don't care if you like gold jewelry or silver jewelry. We don't care about that. Are you fuckable? Are you feminine? Are you obedient? Oh, okay, great. If you are those three things, then we can talk. But nobody gives a damn about the fact that you're not on social media. The reason why Shelley Warren is off social media is just so that she can tell people she's not on social media. That's the only reason. All right, well, let's go ahead and break this bad boy down. Let's go ahead and break this particular article down. And again, shout out to Ronnie Jenkins, for submitting this article. And I'm going to open up the phone lines here in just a few minutes. I actually had, you know what, it's interesting. I actually had a consultation scheduled for right now. Unfortunately, oh boy. Yep. All right. Oh, man. You guys see what happens, man? Anyway, let's go and get this party started. I know I'm all over the place. I know this is just craziness, but we got to make do with what we got. It says, quote, I feel the need to preface all this by saying yes. I am single, over 40, and have never been married. No, it does not make me a red flag when it comes to me being perceived as, quote, dateable or, quote, undateable. I think it's only fair that I debunk a few assumptions typically affiliated with women of my status. So, right off the bat, she lets us know that she is over 40, she is single, and she's never been married. Now, she inherently knows that this is a bad thing. Everybody knows this. Men know this, women know this. If women aren't married, I don't know, say by the age of 30, people around them are asking, wait a minute, you're not married? You're still single? What's wrong with you? Men and women alike know and understand that women who do not get married by a certain age, that is a red flag. The fact that she actually comes right out and says this, hey, listen, I'm just going to go ahead and let you know right now, I'm 40 and undateable, but that doesn't mean I'm a red flag. I'm going to debunk these myths. Well, sweetheart, if you really believe that being 40 and single and never married wasn't a red flag, you wouldn't feel the need to write this article. That's all this is. The fact that she has to write this article, it's almost like, who's she trying to convince? She didn't have to convince us. We know you're undateable. No. She's trying to convince herself and other women who are 40 plus, single, and never married. So here are a few things that she says she wants. Number 1, I do want to get married someday. She continues, however, divorce runs more than rampant in my family, and I have no desire to continue the tradition. I'm being selective in my choice, and if that means getting married by 60 and dying at 80, hey, it was still a 20 good run. I'm good with that. Oh, boy. Oh, my God. This is funny. So she does want to get... This bitch is in her 40s, and she still says, I want to get married someday. When a woman says, I want to get married someday, she knows it's not going to happen anytime soon. She still believes that she is going to find a man to wife her up someday. Then she goes one step further. She says, hey, look, if that means getting married at 60 and dying at 80, it was still a 20-year run, and I'm good with that. No, sweetheart. If you get married at 60, that is a good 40-year run, probably a 45-year run. Here's why. You think this woman all of a sudden just started sleeping around at the age of 40 years old? Right? No, of course not. She lost her virginity at around the age of 15, like every other American slut in America. I love it, the fact that she says, but hey, it was still a good 20-year run. What she's trying to do is inadvertently take our attention away from the fact that she was and still is on the cock carousel. She's been fucking since she's 15 years old, guys, and here she is in her 40s talking about, hey, if I get married at 60 and die at 80, hey, it was a good 20-year run. No. That's not the kind of run you're going to just sweep under the rug, baby girl. Because number 1, you're not going to get married at 60. Nobody is going to marry you at 60 years old. Well, what if a 60-year-old man wants to marry? Listen, 60-year-old men don't want to marry 60-year-olds. 70-year-old men don't want to marry 60-year-olds. 80-year-old men don't want to marry 60-year-olds. The only men married to 60-year-old women are men who have been married to 60-year-olds since she was 20. There's a certain age that women hit that men of all ages don't want to marry. 60 years old, honestly, is probably about 15 years too late. Most men don't get married to women that are more than 45 years old, and if they do, she must be an exquisite genetic specimen. That's right. She's got to have the body of a MILF porn star. Fake tits, she better be in good shape. She better not have smoked or drank. If she can't say yes to any of those things, guess what? She's not getting married. This is why women in their mid-40s are on some sort of antidepressant or anti-anxiety medication, because they know they're about to hit that line of demarcation. They know that once they hit their mid-40s, it's over. Ain't nobody marrying you at 60 years old, boo. Perish the thought. Number 2, she says, it's not for lack of opportunity. As a marriage life coach, Jesus fucking Christ, I've seen people talk themselves into getting married, whether it's because they're horny, their biological clock is ticking, they're afraid to be alone, or they think they can't do better than the one who asked. Listen, if you have to convince yourself to marry someone, you both deserve better. So, let's take a look at some of her, quote, reasons, right? And these female life coach, relationship coaches, they always conflate men and women. There was a relationship coach who talked about the fact that, hey, listen, when I'm counseling people on relationships, one person sometimes has more sexual experience than the other person. Bitch, it's never the men. It is always the women. She knows it's always the women. It is always the women who have fucked 70 times more men than the guy has fucked girls. But that relationship coach would have us believe that it could be the man or the woman that has more sexual experience than the man or the woman. You see how they do that? The reason she does that is because she knows women are hoes. She knows women always have fucked more guys than the man has fucked girls. That's why they said people. In that same vein, these people that have talked themselves into getting married, the first reason it's whether it's because they're horny. Women don't get married because they're horny. Men do. Men get married because they're horny and they don't think that they can get anybody. What men want is access to regular sex. And listen, in their defense, I certainly understand that, right? Like the pickup life, the player life, it's great fun, but there's a lot of uncertainty that comes along with that. As much fun as I had in Vegas, at some point, it really does start to get old. You do want that guaranteed pussy. Most men don't have the kind of game to just go out there and talk to girls. So the next best thing to make sure they have guaranteed pussy every night in their mind is to get married. That's why they do it. So that first reason is because they're horny. That's on the man side. That doesn't apply to both men and women. Only men get married because they're horny. If women get horny, they don't have to get married. They can just go out and get fucked. Her second reason, their biological clock is ticking. Oh my God. Men don't have a biological clock. Our biological clock stops ticking when we die. We can reproduce until the day we die. Women can reproduce 10, 15 years. After that, all their eggs dry up, everything shrivels up. They can't do it anymore. Their biological clock is ticking is why women get married, not men. See, again, she says, I've seen people talk themselves into getting married, No. Let's keep the sexes and the genders the same. Let's not be disingenuous about this. Let's look at her third reason. They're afraid to be alone. Well, actually, she's kind of right. Men and women are afraid to be alone, but there's just one problem. When a woman gets married because she's afraid to be alone, guess what age she's not? That's right, under 30. Women over 30 get married because, for many reasons, one of which is because they're afraid to be alone. Now, men probably get married for this reason. I would imagine that a man who gets married, who is afraid to be alone, probably in his mid to late 50s, his own mortality starts to sort of permeate his mindset a little bit. Listen, hey man, I don't want to die. I don't want to die alone. I don't want to be lonely. I could use some companionship, right? So when women marry because they're afraid to be alone, they're much younger. They're 30, 35, sometimes even 40. When men get married because they're afraid to be alone, they are much, much older. Her last reason, or they think they can't do better than the one who asked. That is the man. Men get married because they think they can't do any better. Women always think they can do better. If a woman at 24, 23 years old, if she comes up on a man who's 6'4", ripped, 6 foot dick, worth 6 figures, guess what? She's going to say, you know what? Is he really the best I can do? I mean, I know he's kind of the perfect guy, but is there a 7-figure nigger out there for me? Right? Is there a guy who's maybe 6'5"? Is there a guy out there with maybe a 7 foot? This is how women think, guys. The younger they are, the more selective they become. And when they get what appears to be a really good guy, a keeper, they'll hold on to that guy. But their slut transponder is always on. I'm looking for a higher value guy. The older they get, the less they look. The older they get, the less that. Doesn't mean that their transponders aren't on. If a higher value, listen, it doesn't matter how old the woman is. If a higher value male, makes himself available to her, she will jump ship. The issue is that the older they get, the less the number of high value men make themselves available to them, if at all. That's how that works. Let's continue. Number 3. It wasn't in my plans to be 42 and single. Yeah, this woman is my age. She says, quote, however, I do a lot of research and know that getting married under 25 doesn't bring the best results. I also know that biblically 30 symbolizes maturity for ministry. So somewhere in the 30s is a really nice age to even start to consider marriage, even when it comes to men. Plus, sometimes life is just so much, so full, and so demanding that time flies. Oh, boy. Oh, man. Here we go. She's conflating men and women again. So she says it wasn't her plans to be 42 and still single. No woman ever plans to be 42 and single. It just happens that way, right? They're on the, when she says, plus life, when she says life is so much, so full, so demanding that time flies. Yeah, time flies when you're gobbling bananas. Time flies when you're guzzling dick. That's what that means. But let's back it up here. She says that she does a lot of research and she knows that getting married under 25 doesn't bring the best results. The fuck kind of research is she doing? This is the case. This is another case of a woman I did research and I know that getting married under 25 doesn't bring the best results. Based on what? Based on what? But then she wants to go biblical. She wants to go with the Bible. Well, I know biblically 30 symbolizes maturity for ministry. So somewhere in the 30s is a really nice age. Let me stop right there. So women read this column. This woman is a relationship counselor. This is why women are lost, guys, because they read columns like this and say, oh, well, this relationship expert, this marriage counselor says that, according to her research, getting married under 25 doesn't bring the best results. And, oh, by the way, the Bible says, according to the Bible, 30 symbolizes maturity for ministry. When the fuck are women ever concerned about ministry? Huh? The fuck does maturity for ministry, the fuck does that have to do with settling down? Right? No, it doesn't have anything to do with settling down. All she wanted to do was look for an excuse for women to stay on the cock carousel past the age of 25. This woman is leading women astray. Because when she says somewhere in the 30s is a really nice age, this is why women are pissed. They're waiting till they're 35, 36, 37 years old. All right, I'm ready to get married now. And the only men that will marry them are the men they don't want to be married to. Men that aren't arousing. Men that don't make their pussies wet. Unbelievable. Oh, and then she says, especially when it comes to men. There she goes, conflating men and women anymore. Again, guys. Yes, somewhere in the 30s is a really nice age even to start to consider marriage for men in their mid to late 30s. Absolutely. Doesn't apply to men. So when she says, especially when it comes to men, that's a falsehood. Because waiting until you're somewhere in your 30s as a woman, that's a death sentence. You're not going to find a man of value to wife your ass up at 38, 39 years old. Not going to happen. She continues, so with all that out of the way, I'm going to spare you a hyper-defensive rant about how I don't need a man or want one. I love men, she declares. I need and want one, just not in a needy way. And being in my 40s helped to bring me to that place of peace where I can see myself needing a man without any of the needy behaviors that once came with it. Below are the lessons I learned along the decades about love and relationships, and ultimately why I'm okay with waiting for the love I deserve. Bitch, you don't deserve the kind of love you think you do. You're 42. You have been a hoe. You have now been a hoe for almost 30 years. She is 3 years away from her 30-year hoe, what should we call this? Hoe-anniversary. I can promise you this woman lost her virginity at 15, probably younger, but you know what? For the sake of argument, we're going to call it 30, or we're going to call it 15. This woman is 42 years old. She is less than 3 years away from her 30th hoe-anniversary. Right? But she wants to, but she thinks that she deserves some kind. This is why women are lost. The older women get, the more selective they become. Boo, you're 42. You don't get to be selective. It don't work that way. It never has and it never will. Oh boy. Jesus fucking Christ. Now one of my cats is bugging me. Jesus fuck. Hey, get out of here. Oh. Fucking hell, man. It has been a rough day. All right. Her first lesson: when you're in your 20s, you want someone who is cute. She continues, this doesn't apply to all 20-somethings, but it was my and my friends at the time personal experience that during that decade, you're still trying to figure out who the heck you are. Sometimes, unfortunately, you'll allow others, whether it's unfriendly friends, bad boyfriends, or the media, tell you who you are. And if you believe the lying hype, and you don't think you're pretty enough, smart enough, worthy enough, whoever tells you that you are, you're so thankful for their validation that you settle. Or you don't think you're attractive, so you go on a mission to find someone who comes in a pretty package to prove that you're not as ugly as you think you are. 20-somethings reading this, listen, I've dated a lot of cutie pies. They about took my uterus out. Aim higher. Wow. Once again, this girl is a super hoe. This girl literally just admitted to sport fucking her way through all the biggest dicks that she could find. Then she wants to blame being a hoe as a teenager into her 20s and 30s. She wants to blame it on the media. She wants to blame it on unhealthy friends. She wants to blame it on bad boyfriends, blah, 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 blah. So instead of just owning up to the fact that, you know what? I just wanted to be a hoe. No. No, it's not your fault that you were a hoe. You didn't think you were attractive enough. You didn't believe all the hype. You had unhealthy friends. You had bad boyfriends. It's the media that told you to be a hoe. Now, in her defense, yeah, the media does tell women to be hoes, but here's the problem, guys. The problem is this. Guys. As far as being a hoe is concerned, women inherently know that sleeping around is bad for them. Well, how do you know that, Donovan? Because every time you ask a woman her notch count, or when a woman is talking about her notch count, they always divide that number by 28. If women really believed that sleeping around fucking guys until they're blue in the face wasn't a bad thing, they wouldn't try to snowflake. They wouldn't hide from their notch counts. If sleeping around really were a good thing, then women would just be open. Yeah, I fucked 59 guys last year. What of it? No. Women guard this secret with their lives because they know sleeping around is wrong. They absolutely, positively know that it's wrong. Area code 909, I'm hanging up on you. I'm not opening up the lines yet. They know it's wrong. That's why they hide it. But then this hoe wants to talk about, well, the media told you to sleep around. Oh, for real? So the media told you to sleep around. You thought it was the right thing to do, but after you fucked 3 guys last week and your friends go, hey, how were the hookups last week? I only hooked up with one of them. Oh, for real? Oh, now you want to hide it? Yeah, nice try. Nice try. Then, of course, she says, I've dated many cutie pies. Guys, she fucked a bunch of hot guys. She fucked a bunch of hung-ass niggas. That's what this is, man. Like, this whole when you're in your 20s, you want someone who is cute. Yes, what she is saying. And listen, this is some red pill truth here, guys. And I say this all the time. Women in their 20s, girls in their 20s, thanks to America's culture, thanks to the slutty culture, feminism, they're not looking to settle down, guys. They're just not. If you're expecting a hot 21, 22-year-old to just settle down and want marriage, you got another thing coming. Women aren't like that anymore. No, man. The way things are set up now, they can wait until they're in their mid-30s and then get married, only to realize that the men who want to marry them, like I said earlier in the show, are not high value, right? So they want someone who is cute in their 20s, but then they want that same cuteness in their 30s and 40s. Then they figure out they can't get that. Then they're like, okay, well, I don't want just a guy that's cute. I want a guy who's got a little bit of money. Alpha fucks, beta bucks. Then she says, tweet. This is actually something she says she's going to be proud of tweeting. I dated a lot of cutie pies. They about took my uterus out. Aim higher. Who in the hell is going to date a woman who says, I fucked a lot of guys and they about took my uterus out? Jesus fucking Christ, man. What do you put this girl's notch count at? 600, 700? Unbelievable. She continues. When you are in your 30s, you want a relationship. She continues. Honestly, for me, in my 30s, was about healing from my 20s. No joke. Yeah, we believe you. We believe you. You fucked 564 guys in your 20s. You need to heal both mentally and physically. I mean, they did about take your uterus out, right? Like, she's not kidding about that. And when you're in the process of getting your own self back together, it's an act of love to do it in solitude. Yeah, women never do anything in solitude. I need to find myself. I need to take, I need some me time. Women can never be by themselves, guys. They do not like being alone. This is why they're always, listen, women are always fucking somebody. There's never a girl. There is not a girl on the face of, on 909, you call back again, I'm going to fucking block you. Stop calling. Today is not the day. Today is not the fucking day to try me, man. I'm dead fucking serious. Stop calling. I will announce the opening of the phone lines shortly. Fucking hell, man. Anyway. I lost my train of thought there. Let's continue. The broken you, oh, right. Women are always fucking somebody. There's no such thing as a girl who's absolutely not fucking. Okay, area code 909, I've asked you not to call now 3 times. Why do you keep calling the show? Yeah, didn't think so. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Ay, ay, ay. First restream, now this nigga. Let me screen grab this guy's number so I can hang up on his dumbass every single time. Ay, ay, ay. But yes, never ever believe it when a woman says, well, I haven't dated anyone in 3 years, or it's been a while since I've had a boyfriend, or it's been a while since I've hooked up, since I've hooked up with anybody. No. The typical American girl is never not fucking. She is always fucking somebody. For that reason, when she says, hey, when you have to heal your broken self, you do it in solitude, that is 1,000% bullshit. Women are never not fucking anybody. So when they try to fix themselves, they end up breaking themselves even more because they're gobbling more bananas and hopping on more dicks. The broken you, she continues, tends to see life very differently than the whole you. That means you tend to be attracted to different kinds of people too. My last boyfriend, she says, was around 31. We stopped having sex when I was 32. I like the comfort of being in a relationship, but it always felt like something was missing. You see this, guys? This goes right to the fact that after a woman fucks, I would say her 5th or 6th guy, it is impossible for her to pair bond. She was 31. Her boyfriend was 31. They stopped having sex when she was 32. She liked the comfort of being in a relationship, but she didn't want to pay the price of being in a relationship, which means giving up the ass. She literally friend-zoned her own boyfriend. That's what happened. But she felt like something was missing. Let's find out what that is. In your early 30s, she says, you realize you want a relationship. In your late 30s, you realize you want an awesome relationship or not one at all. At least those of us who've learned from our past come to this conclusion. Ay. You see that? When she's younger, she just wants to be in a relationship. Even in her early 30s, she wants the relationship with the big dick nigga. But then when she gets to her late 30s, now she wants an awesome relationship. Dude, American women are so ass fucking backwards. When women are young and hot, they have no expectations. Right? They have no expectations, no standards. If a guy treats her well, if a guy is nicer, if he shows her some attention, that's usually enough for her to commit to him. They're young, they're innocent-ish. They're naive. They're not tainted by the world. But the older she gets, the more bitter and sullen she gets, the more entitled she becomes. Well, I'm 38 years old. I deserve X, Y, Z, A, B, C. Nah, boo. American women are the only brand of woman in the world who thinks that they deserve more as they get older, right? Dude, I remember when I met Tatiana. I've talked about Tatiana many times on this show. The Ukrainian or Russian girl totally played me for a fool, right? I dated her for 8 months, this is post-Red Pill, fell madly in love with her. One of the most beautiful women I'd ever laid eyes on. Dude, baby blue, light blue eyes, silky, almost white blonde hair. The girl was fucking gorgeous. When I met her, I asked her how old she was, right? I said, how old are you? She says, I'm old. I was like, okay, well, how old are you? I'm 24. She's 24 years old, and she thought she was old, guys. Right? Like, this is the way the rest of the world thinks. She's 24, she thinks she's old. Oh, no. You got American bitches out here talking about them 30 is the new 20. Doesn't work that way. So in her early 30s, she wants a good relationship. In her late 30s, she wants an awesome relationship. Nope. American women are the only women who think they deserve more the older they get. Ass fucking backwards. When you're in your 40s, she continues, you want someone who can fix your car. It's funny, but true. Although I'm in my early 40s, and I'm sure I'll have some revelations at 50 about this statement, for now I know this. In your 40s, you've been there, done that, more than you'd like to admit. Boom, there you go. Been there, done that, more than you'd like to admit. So there's another admission of her sport fucking her way through her 30s. You've seen the romantic chick flicks and have had your share of trying to imitate them in real life. There again. You see that? Let me read that again. She says, you've seen the romantic chick flicks and had your share of trying to imitate them in real life. This is why women are never happy in their relationships. They don't compare their relationships to real world relationships. No. They compare their relationships to the ones they see on movies. Serendipity, When Harry Met Sally, any Katherine Heigl movie, The Ugly Truth. Women compare, this is a black woman. And a lot of people say, well, black women are different. No, man, black women and white women, the only thing that's really different is femininity and the way they look. That's about it. White girls try to imitate romantic comedies. Guess what? Black girls do it too. Shelley Warren just told you. That's how this works, guys. This is why girls are never happy in their relationships. Let's scroll up. She says, but I always felt like something was missing, and there was. She has no idea, but you want to know what was missing? The movie set, right? The romantic comedy, the serendipitous, oh my God, we just ran into each other, blah, 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 blah. Now you're more practical, she says. You still want love. You still desire passion. Shoot. I've been not getting any for too long. Now, to not expect some mind-blowing sex. This woman still expects to get her back blown out in her early 40s by that hot, bearded-ass nigga. She continues, but you want someone who complements your life, who you can be honest with about your dreams, and who will rub your feet when you've been grinding the pavement all day. Translation, I want a beta male. See, what she's trying to do, guys, she's trying to cover up. She doesn't want to sound like every other slutty writer or author, right? Listen, say what you want about Amy Horton and Janelle Testa. At least they kept it real. They tell people, listen, man, I used to go for the hot bad boy, and I love getting my brains fucked up by those guys. But now that I'm in my mid to late 30s, I don't really want. I mean, I can't really expect that anymore. I want someone who's gonna take care of me financially. And then, of course, they know comes all the scrutiny. Oh, okay, well, you fucked around all the bad boys, and you're going to give the leftovers to the guys that you should have given play to in your 20s. At least they kept it real. No, this woman is trying to sort of circumvent the whole alpha fucks, beta bucks explanation. She knows what she's trying to say. She's just not going to come right out and say it because she knows what that makes her look like. That makes her look like the typical American woman, right? Fuck all the bad boys, then settle down with the good guys. Gary the good guy. Someone, she says, who you won't have to worry about calling AAA about regarding your car because he's got the solution, who you can pillow talk with, pray with, and conquer the world better together than apart with. Looks are a bonus. Character means more. Charming is not a priority. Being spiritually solid is. Mature, proactive, intentional. These are the words you find yourself using when describing what you are looking for. Even now, at 42 years old, she still has a list. She still has a list. Someone who compliments her life, can be honest with about their dreams. Someone who rubs my feet. I want someone that doesn't have to call AAA. I want someone that I can pillow talk with. I want someone I can pray with, conquer the world with. I want someone who looks good, with good character. I want him to be charming. It's not a priority, and I want him to be spiritually solid, mature, proactive, intentional. Guys, 20, 25 years ago, her list was maybe 3. Listen, I want a hot guy who fucks me good, who's nice to me. But now she's got this laundry list of, quote, requirements now that she's 42. Baby girl, you're 42. You're not 22. My 40s, she says, as I draw this to a close, I'm going to go ahead and open up the phone lines here. 914-205-5356. Again, that is 914-205-5356. That is the number to call if you want to get in on the show. Area code 909. If you want to call back, that's perfectly fine. I've cooled off a little bit. You're in better shape than my television here. 914-205-5356. She continues, my 40s have brought me to this place, a place of not wanting the fairy tale, a place of wanting to be the whole woman with a whole man in a real love. My being 42 and not married is not some red flag. It's a badge of honor, real talk. Guys, she knows being 42 and unmarried is a red flag. This is why we know she's having a confidence problem. When women, when women have a characteristic or a trait they know turns guys off, they like to switch her around and make everyone think that they think that this is a good thing. Listen, I may be 397 pounds, but I've got curves. Men want to have sex with a real woman. They don't want to be able to. Listen, a man doesn't want to have to worry about breaking a woman. He wants a woman who can eat a steak but no, no, baby. You wish you were thin. You wish you were 125 pounds, just like every other woman. But she knows she can't. So she tells everybody, well, I like being big and beautiful. Baby girl, big and beautiful do not go in the same sentence together unless, of course, you're talking about a steak. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. Dude, you know you're not beautiful. Get the hell out of here with that. Same with old maids like Shelley Warren. Well, my being 42 is not some red flag. It's a badge of honor. Real talk. That real talk right there at the end, guys, fucking hilarious. When she says it's a badge of honor, real talk, Shelley, baby, I know you cry yourself to sleep every night. I know that you do. This article is more or less therapy. That's what this is, man. She's trying to give herself therapy by trying to convince herself through an art. She's trying to convince other people that she's okay with being 42 and single. She's not okay with being 42 and single. Otherwise, she wouldn't be looking for that outward validation. Oh, you know what, Shelley Warren, 42 and single. You know what? You do you, baby girl. Nah, bitch. You are absolutely, positively, 100% miserable. That's why you wrote this article. Oh my God, listen to this. I wrote a book about my over 10 and under 15 sex partners and 4 abortions. In my first book, Inside of Me, Lessons of Lust, Love, and Redemption. Listen, there is no love loss between myself and one O'Shea Duke Jackson. But listen, I gotta quote him here. Stop the show. Stop the goddamn show. Did this woman just say, I wrote a book about my over 10 and under 15 sex partners. Now, let me just stop right there. She says over 10 and under 15 sex partners, right? So she wants us to think that all the lovers that she wrote about are lovers number 10 through about 15. Right? No, baby girl. No, sweetie. No. You chose 10 or 15 sex partners, but they weren't numbers 10 through 15. Oh, no. This is somewhere in the neighborhood of 325 to 425. You want to know how I know? Because you've had 4 abortions. You don't fuck 10 or 15 guys and get 4 abortions. This woman says me being 42 and not married is not some red flag. Even if that were true, let's just say for the sake of argument, her being unmarried at 42 wasn't a red flag. We know it is, but let's just play along here. If there was some simp, some dude without game reading this article, you know what? Yeah, okay, 42 and not married. Yeah, she's past the wall, but hey, there are plenty of attractive 42-year-olds, and 42-year-olds are, they're looking to settle down. All that goes right out the window as soon as she says, and 4 abortions. This woman, not only, see, here's the thing. When a woman gets pregnant, it's never she just got fucked one time. No. If a woman has enough sex to get pregnant, she's fucking all the time. She's getting raw dogged all the time. This woman was pregnant 4 times and got 4 abortions. I say all the time. Sluts hate condoms. Anytime a woman cheats or decides to be a slut, they hate condoms. 4 abortions. That right there, she buried the lead. Right? She buried the lead. Well, me being 42 and unmarried is not a red flag. Maybe not, but those 4 abortions most certainly are. Jesus Christ. Although I've made some mistakes, she says, I've been abstinent. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. I've been abstinent for going on a decade now. To get something you've never had, do something you've never done, right? These 4 decades taught me some things that have made me me. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. This woman wants us to believe that she's been celibate since she was 32 years old. This woman wants us to think that in America, she hasn't had sex one time for over a decade. Right? And see, that right there, that tells us that women inherently know and understand that sleeping around is a bad look. They know it's bad for them. She knows it's bad for her. Otherwise, why tell us that you've been celibate for 10 years? If a man tells you he's been celibate for a while, he's probably telling the truth. Right? If a woman says she's been celibate for 6 months, that bitch is lying through her cum-stained teeth. And she and everyone that hears about it knows it. Unbelievable. Going on a decade. That is such horse shit. Just like I said earlier, if she is a woman in America, she fucking. Women are never not fucking. Gentlemen. She concludes the article. My being 42 and not married is a blessing, she says. For my present self and my future beloved. Same goes for any other women who can feel me. Then she says, do you feel me? Do you see how right there at the end, she's looking for validation? She says, me being unmarried is a blessing. It's a blessing. Do you feel me? Like, are there any other ladies that can validate this for me? I told you. This article is one big validation seek. She knows she's fucking miserable, so she's trying to tell everybody out there that she's not. That it's a blessing. Baby girl, it is not a blessing for you to be 42 and unmarried. You want to know why? Because in another 10 years, you're still going to be unmarried. And in another 10 years, you're still going to be unmarried. This woman missed the boat. This woman hit the wall a decade and a half ago, yet she still thinks that she's going to get married at 60. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. My being 42 and not married is a blessing. That's the same That's the same as a man saying, well, listen, I'm 35 and a virgin, but I consider that to be a blessing. I think that's a good thing. Ay, ay, ay. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. I appreciate you guys joining me today. I know that we are on a little bit late. And that, of course, is because I had some trouble with Restream. And as you guys can see, if you guys look at the right-hand side of your screen, my temper got the better of me, and I completely destroyed one of my flat screen TVs. Listen, this flat screen, well, it was $132 for this flat screen TV. It was a 32-incher, and man, it fucking hurts to fucking destroy something that was 132 goddamn dollars. Yeah, I really gotta work on that, but goddamn, man. So yeah, but I'm on the air. It's all good. 914-205-5356. That's the number to call. Let me shout out some super chats. 973. I'm gonna get to you in just a second. I see you all in the queue. Lexington with the $5 super chat says, married at 60 really made my day. This is simply fascinating. Appreciate that. Crash 816 with the $10 super chat says, getting married period is a bad contractual deal for men. The live-in situation is where it's at. Like Donovan said, girlfriends are better than wives. Well said. Well said there, Crash. Appreciate that. The Steel Curtain with the $5 super chat says, that thought is seriously sporting a salvage title. No value. Hashtag damage beyond repair. Bruh, I'm trying to tell you, man. The bitch has a salvage title. I promise you. She's charging sticker. Man. Sharpe Assist making an appearance. Yeah, Sharpe Assist. This bitch has had 4 fucking abortions. 4 abortions. But oh no. It's not a red flag. See, that's the buried byline. She wants to she's hiding behind these 4 abortions. Well, I'm 42 and not married. That's a blessing. By the way, I had 4 abortions. Nah, bitch. There is no coming back. Dude, you can't come back from 1 abortion, much less 4. If you have aborted 4 fetuses, if you have aborted 4 people related to you, you don't have a soul anymore, man. I'm sorry to tell you. I am sorry to tell you. I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate you guys sticking with me, man. The fact that we have 800 people watching, even though I was 2 hours late getting on the air, you guys are the best, man. You guys really are. And I was just gonna say, fuck it. I'm just gonna give it up. But I know you guys are. Even when I put in the chat, man, hey, no show today. You guys, nobody got mad. You guys are like, no problem, Donovan. We'll be here tomorrow. I was like, man, I saw 2 people say that. I was like, dude, let me fucking figure this shit out, man. I gotta be on the air for my guys, man. So I appreciate you guys sticking around, man. I really do. And I do apologize for the technical difficulties. There was nothing I could do, but now I know how to finally get on the air. Hopefully it won't. Hopefully I can get on the air tomorrow without destroying a monitor. 914-205-5356 is the number to call. Let us go to area code 973. Area code 973. You're on Live at Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Greg from the Tri-State.
Hey, Greg. What's going on, brother?
Hey, man. You okay? You all right?
Yeah. I'm all right, man. I'm good.
Right,
yeah. Hey, listen, man.
Question.
It's just, like I said, man.
Question real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. What you got?
Oh, that's a marriage counselor or that's a relationship counselor?
Listen, she's a marriage and relationship counselor, Greg. Marriage and relationship counselor. Hold up. Stay on the line, man. I'm gonna bring up the post again. Hold up. Just so we can answer this question. Let me look. We're gonna look at her profile. Let's see here. 2 books. Aside from that, when she's not helping, dude, she's helping couples. Marriage life coach. You guys see that right there? Marriage life coach.
What the?
Yeah, dude. Listen, Greg. I'm trying to tell you, man. Like these bitches. Listen, Greg, you're a smart guy. You're about to start a podcast. Why is it that hoes always want to be marriage counselors, bruh? Like, why is that? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure for the same reason why they look at couples the same way. It's either to get a threesome from them or to fuck the man. I don't know. That's probably it. That's it. But it's just like you had 4 abortions. That's not even a crimson flag anymore. I don't know what the hell to call that.
Dude, that's a black
But it's
hole,
like,
man.
but don't worry, don't worry, because you want to know why? You want to know why?
Why?
Because Derek Jackson's here.
Yes.
Derek, hold on. Let me take off my shirt. Yeah, that's right. Derek Jackson's
Right.
here.
Take off the
Let me
shirt.
just spoil myself a little.
This is Derek
Yeah, that's
Jackson.
it. But it's like, oh my God, I can't even believe that. man.
Listen, dude, 4 abortions is listen. 1 abortion, Greg. I'm not a woman, and I can't think like one, but I can't imagine killing something inside me that my body is making 4 times. 4 times. That's a dude. And think about this, Greg.
Yeah.
Maybe, dude, if she's had 4 abortions, how many times has she been pregnant? Right? Like, dude, what up? Oh my God. I'll give you the last word, Greg. I don't have any answers for that, man.
I got no words for that, man. I've got no words.
Oh my God. Unbelievable, man. Well, I appreciate the call, Greg. And yes, I am okay, guys. Like I said, I am A-okay. My knuckle is actually bleeding. Dude. Sharpe assist with the pithy comment says that, wait, hold up. Hang on a second. I thought Sharpe assist says that does that Fitbit count how many calories it takes to destroy a TV? You want to know something? I'm going to take a look at my Fitbit counter thing. I probably destroyed this thing about an hour ago. So I would say right around 4:45 Eastern time. I'll find out. That's real fucking funny, Sharpe assist. That's funny as shit. All right, let us go to the phone lines. Let us go to area code 601. Area code 601, you're on Live at Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
All right, it's Jim from Mississippi.
Jim in Mississippi. How you doing, man?
All right, how about you, man?
Doing
All
good.
right, I'm a former thuggo, man. I got 2 baby mamas, you know what I'm saying? They getting close to their 40s, and they've been having problems with relationship ever since.
Man, I'm trying to tell you.
After me, you know. Both foods is pretty much the same thing. The first one is street. The second is educated. But
Okay.
when they figured out they couldn't change, you know, they went to hypergamy, and they've been having problems ever since, man.
Damn,
You know?
dude. So how many do you have? So you have 2 kids by 2 different women, you said?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Now, see, here's the thing, Jim. You're actually in a pretty, I don't want to say in a pretty decent area, but my guess is that if your baby mamas are in their 40s, you're probably about done paying child support, right?
They getting close to 40. I'm through with one, but they, you know, they've been having problems with our relationship ever since. So they, you know, the different situations with the hypergamy and stuck in the ways, you know.
Right.
It's too late to pretty much change them at that time. You know that. You already know how it goes.
And thanks for the call, Jim. Look, the deal is this, man. As far as women are concerned, in terms of it's, you know, where it's too late, dude. And I think this is both men and women. Actually, this is one of the things that are symmetrical. By the time you turn 28 years old, you are who you are, barring some sort of mind-bending event, some sort of seminal event in your life that just absolutely just changes everything. You are who you are. I met Deb when she was 32. I have managed to completely transform her. No, she is still the same person. I didn't want to change her personality. I had to change her habits. That took a long time. This is why I tell guys, man, in my audio course, How to Build a Quality Woman from the Ground Up, you're going to have to understand most women aren't going to take to this training once they reach a certain age. Shit, 25-year-olds barely take to the training. I was very, very fortunate to find a 32-year-old, someone who was well past the wall at that point, who took to the training. It's not always that easy, guys. It's never easy. I talk about it all the time, man. Listen, man, I'm Donovan Sharpe, and I'm this and that and the other, and I got my woman trained. But listen, luck had a lot to do with my success with Dev, at least in the short term here. And like I said, dude, she can go feral at any time because she's got 32. Dude, I've had her now she just turned 36. I've had her for 4 years. Okay? I've had her for 4 years. I've been with her for 1/9 of her life. I've been with her for 11% of her life. At some point, I got to expect that 89% is probably going to kick back in just because I haven't had her for that long. That's just the way it is sometimes, man. Big thanks goes out to James Young with the $20 super chat. Says, how can anyone see this woman as credible? 4 abortions should be a disqualifier for any type of human counseling. Yes! 4 abortions. Guys, that's... Oh, my God. That is... And you guys have to understand this, gentlemen. You guys have to understand this. Politics and religion aside, I don't even have to put... And I'm not going to make this about abortion, but I have to say this. You don't have to be politically plugged in. You don't have to be religiously biased one way or the other to know and understand that killing people before they are born is wrong. That's what abortion is. Abortion is ending the life of a human being before that human is born. That's what it is, man. It's not a fetus, it's a life. And for a woman to do this 4 times, that takes a special kind of soullessness. It really, really does. It is just, it is absolutely unbelievable. It's absolutely freaking crazy. It's absolutely crazy. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Let us go to area code 469. Area code 469, you're on live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Oh, wait. Area code, there we go. Area code 469, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
What's up, Donovan? This is Dub from Dallas.
Hey, Doug. How you doing, brother?
Dub from Dallas.
Oh, Dub from Dallas. Oh, yeah, I've talked to you before. How you doing, Dub?
Say, man, I'm doing good listening to you, man. You cracking the code every episode.
I'm trying to, man.
I just wanted to chime in real quick with the you had spoke on females that when they cheat, they don't use a condom.
Yes.
Is very simple logic. See, when you're in a relationship, you know, at the beginning, you're going to use a condom maybe for maybe the first month or so. Right. But after that, you know, y'all go get checked. Y'all willy-nilly.
Yep.
Do you think when she cheats, she's going to go backwards? Let's put on a condom?
Man,
no. She wants to. Yes. She's going through the emotional roller coaster. She's doing everything because how she feels. You think she's going to want to take away some of the feeling by adding a condom?
Dub in Dallas, man. Hey, man, you're on here dropping that goddamn knowledge, bruh. Men don't understand that. They do not and this is the thing. It's not that when a woman cheats on us, we don't give a shit if she used a condom or not, right? Or at least that's not even on our minds. All we know is that she willingly allowed another man to stick his dick in her. But if we really stop to think about it, if we had the presence of mind, wait a minute. If she cheated with this guy, and this is how some guys rationalize cheating. Okay, well, she cheated on me, but she probably used a condom. She didn't know that guy. She made me wait 3 months before I took off the condom. So hell, she met some random guy. When women cheat, they never ever use condoms. They don't want to use condoms. I'll give you the last word, Dub.
My brother, the reason why I'm so in tune is because you're in tune. You are literally telling my life story from every mistake that I made to how I can put things back on course. And I appreciate you.
Absolutely. That's it. Thank you for the call, Dub in Dallas. Yeah, that's the thing, man, is that whenever our detractors try to come after us, and guys, you have 10 minutes to get in on the queue. The phone lines are going to close here in about 10 minutes. So if you want to get in on the queue, 914-205-5356. Again, that's 914-205-5356. The number is on your screen. When our detractors come after us and say, well, you're dating the wrong women, or you must have bad experience, or I don't know anybody that's like that. When I get callers like Dub in Dallas who say, hey, Donovan, you're telling my life story. Dub, listen, man, I'm telling every man's life story. We have all been through exactly the same experiences with women. Now, maybe the circumstances are different. Maybe the time is different, but women all operate the same way. Ergo, the phrase, all women are like that, right? The reason why we as men gravitate towards this kind of content is because we've all been through the same things, right? God damn, Donovan. I used to cheat. Dude, girls used to cheat with me all the time. They never used to use condoms. Well, that's what it is. The reason I know that is because I used to be the guy. So whenever you get people who try to talk shit about our community, oh, you guys are just, what's the word? You guys are jaded. You guys are angry. Maybe. That doesn't mean that what we're saying isn't true. All of our stories match up all the time. Anytime I tell a story or tell a truth about women and men, everybody's shaking their heads because we've all been through it or we know someone who's been through it. Area code 252, and I come to you in just a second. I got a couple of super chats to read out. John Rampage with the $2 super chat says, I think if you aborted one just because is wrong. I agree. The very last article I wrote on Return of Kings was entitled The Real Reason Why Women Get Abortions. You guys should go and check that out. Iceman24 with the $5 super chat says, big difference between a 35-year-old virgin and an unmarried 42-year-old woman. The virgin can look at baby mamas and call it a win. A woman is just shit out of luck. You know what's funny? What's her name? Lolo Jones is allegedly 36, 37 and still a virgin, right? There are women out here that are holding on to their virginities into their 30s. Sweetheart, if you're a 33-year-old virgin, dude, don't nobody want to bust that cherry? We don't want to pop the cherries of 33, 37-year-old women. No. We want to pop the cherry of the hot 20-year-old. We want to pop the cherry of the hot 21-year-old. We don't want to take the fucking virginity of a 42-year-old woman. Get the fuck out of here with that. It's pointless after that. Shout out to Laborde, 1980 with the $25 super chat. He asked, do you think that women think they deserve more when they get older because the best was offered to them in abundance when they were younger, which made them unappreciative of it and feel they still deserve it now in old age? Yeah. The answer is yes, Laborde, 1980. Yes. Dude, women have been inundated with offers for so long, even when they reach a certain age, even when they sort of age out of the dating game, they still think they deserve the best of everything, guys. They still think they deserve it. And again, women are always the last to know that they've hit the wall. Unbelievable. Shout out to Nigger. He is the newest member of TSR Towers. It looks like he's a $4 member. So I appreciate Nigger for putting more money in my pocket. Appreciate that. Ashish Kaushik with the 200 Indian rupees says, greetings, sir. Got the Quality Woman and Complete game course. Don't know how I missed, but Quality Woman course was already included in the game course, but no problem at all. Thank you, sir. Yeah. The How to Build a Quality Woman. Ashish Kaushik, send me an email and I'll get you a refund for that. When you buy the audio version of How to Master the Game, it comes with the audio version of How to Build a Quality Woman from the ground up. But I don't want you. There's no need in you paying double for that. Send me an email and I'll get my assistant. To send you a refund and everything. Yeah, my bad on that, Ashish. I appreciate it. Whitney Young with the $5 super chat says, thanks for your knowledge and awareness, Donovan. You helped me be a better wife for my man. Appreciate that. Rang Yak with the $2 super chat says, Donovan, free will, and volition Sharpe. Yeah, I do use that a lot, don't I? That's funny. Vivi with the €5 super chat, it says, another reason they didn't use protection. They go for Chad. Their instinct, quote, wants that child with them, not the dude they don't respect anymore. Yeah. Women like dangerous, unprotected sex. They love that dangerous, unprotected sex. Not that they want to have the kids, but something about him says, all right, listen, I don't want to get pregnant, but I wouldn't mind if I did. Women are very careless about birth control around men they are aroused by. They want that raw dick for sure. They want that raw dick for sure. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Area code 252. Area code 252. You're on Live at Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, this is Anthony calling from the Outer Banks.
Anthony in the Outer Banks, man. I have been to I've actually been to Oriental, North Carolina a couple times, Curie Beach, as well as, of course, Wilmington. Dude, it's beautiful out there. I'm not really the biggest fan.
Yes.
I'm not the biggest fan of North Carolina for obvious reasons. A lot of it self-inflicted. But the Outer Banks is as good a vacation spot as it gets.
So I just had like a really quick observation. I just thought it was hilarious that if you scroll up a paragraph above where she said she had the 4 abortions,
Yeah.
she's looking for a man to be spiritually solid with and to pray with. I guess they're trying to get someone to help her pray her way out of hell.
Hold up, man. Anthony, you sly fucking dog. I didn't even see that. So let's listen. Let's go back here. So let's see. This is too funny. I didn't even catch this. I did not even catch this. It says, give me 1 second here. Oh, this is funny as shit. Oh, here we go. Who you can pillow talk with, pray with, conquer the world with, mature, proactive, intentional, right? Then write down, dude, literally 1 paragraph later, 4 abortions. Yeah, you know what, Anthony? That's actually a pretty damn good point. She probably is trying to pray her way out of those 4 abortions. Maybe she needs a man to save her soul. Jesus Christ. Listen, good observation on that
90 seconds.
one. Very good observation. I'll give you the last word, Anthony.
Thank you. I was just going to say I appreciate what you do for us guys because, like you'd already said, it happens to a lot of us. And you do some good stuff, and I appreciate it.
Thank you very, very much, Anthony, in the Outer Banks. Anthony is laughing good. He is living good and laughing easy, man. I do not like the state of North Carolina, but I got to tell you, the Outer Banks, God, the Outer Banks are fucking gorgeous. They really, really are
60
gorgeous.
seconds.
The Outer Banks is very, very famous for the calabash seafood. And yes, Dre Hooper, I know all about Vietnam. I know all about Murchison Road. They call it the Merc. My father lives in Fayetteville. I don't know that he lives by the Merc, but he's out there in Vietnam. For real. Let's go back to the phone lines. Let's go to area code 330. Area code 330. You're on Live at Donovan. What is your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Amar, and I'm from Ohio.
Oh, Ahmad in Ohio. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good.
Okay, so one of the observation that I want to share is that we may want to break down some of these songs where this man has a guitar and he said, "I'm so sad without you" or something.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to see
10
some shows that
seconds.
we do because this thing, it actually destroyed my 5-6 years in life.
Oh,
until I
really?
became red pilled.
Wow. So, see, this is the thing, Ahmad, and I hope I've spelled your name correctly. Is your name spelled A-H-M-A-D, or did I totally fuck that up?
A-M-M-A-R, Amar.
Oh, A-M-M-A-R. Okay, Amar. You and I are a lot alike in this regard because it is like I listened to, because I grew up in the I was a teenager in the 90s. And so I listened to Shy, Silk, Jodeci, Baby Come Back, and Keith Sweat and Boys to Men. And I thought that being like that was the key to getting women, but it clearly was not. And it appears that you have the same experiences.
Yep. It had with me and everything, but then in few days I will finish my PhD in physics, and I just want to share with all these people that get out of this song and win everything that you can. And now at this point, for me, it is very difficult not to have attraction.
Wow.
And so somehow they I don't know how they know. In street, in bars, when I play soccer, when I go to gym, I don't know. Do they have radar or everything that I rose up from my weakness and now I'm finishing my PhD. And ladies even have radar for this.
Oh, yes. Yes, they do. Yeah, women, and thank you very much for the call, Amar in Ohio. My apologies about the name. Yeah, listen, man. Like, men understand this, and women do too. And what Amar was saying in so many, in no uncertain terms, is that women figure it out before we do, right? But by the time we get to that point, we're like, oh my God, I can't believe all these women like me. No, they knew they were going to like you 10 years ago. 10 years, 374 and dudes and 4 abortions earlier. Good call there by Amar. Area code 909. Area code 909. You're on Live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Area code 909. Are you there? Okay. Area code 909 is gone. Let's go to area code 610. Area code 610. You're on Live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Donovan. My name is Aaron. I'm from Allentown, Pennsylvania, which is about an hour and a half north of Philadelphia.
Yes.
I'm in MLD's group, and I've been paying attention to your stuff too for quite some time. I appreciate your red pill breakdowns. You know, what I wanted to say is that whether it be your audience or maybe people that like men, I guess, would be like purple or kind of blue pill who stumble into your content organically, and maybe they see it and they don't want to believe it, and they want to believe that it's like kind of the exception to like the rule with women.
Yes.
You know, like their mind wants to get like shocked by it. Like even people that are in your audience paying you super chats who would otherwise describe themselves as red pill.
Right.
Be shocked by this. Like, it's not fucking shocking. All right. This is the ubiquity of women.
Yeah.
Women at every sphere of gathering, of influence. Like I used to be married, and while I was married, I was actively Christian. Like I kind of like had this period of a blue pill existence where I was ashamed of my sexuality.
Wow.
And it fucked up my life.
Damn, dude.
And it fucked up my life. I got out of it somehow. And I don't want to go down that road, but in that circle, you know, like I remember reading a book. There's a book, and I'll have to send it to you maybe through Instagram. There's a book that was written by a girl who was married in the church, who cheated on her husband, got pregnant, and wrote a fucking book about it.
Wow,
famous,
dude, don't send that to my Twitter.
Bro,
listen,
like,
Aaron, send it to my
the thing
email.
about-
Send it to my email, tsr@donovansharpe.com. That would be a fucking riot. You
will,
got to send me that email.
And I wanted to say this too, like, with men that are in the audience, men that are listening, okay, we're all on Instagram, we're on social media platforms, okay, these women always come with a fucking male orbiting audience of men that pay them attention and look at them like they're fucking heroic, okay, and like and show sympathy to them and give them a platform to demonstrate that they're being like reformatted or like that their story is actually there's men give these women the audience for them to feel that they're very that they have credibility.
Not only that, and thanks for the call, Aaron. Not only that, not only do men give them the audience, they give them the validation. Like a lot of men wonder why. Why do women act like this? Because you motherfuckers continue to validate them. And if we know anything about women, whatever gets them attention and validation, they're going to keep doing the thing that gets them attention and validation. Good call there by Aaron in PA. Lewis Hall with the $10 super chat says, here's to your TV. That chick is just like all BBWs. Yeah, man. And listen, you guys, dude, listen, that TV was $132. You guys have donated well over $132. So yeah, I am actually, listen, you guys came through for me in the super chat. So guess what? I'm going to go on Amazon and right after the show, and I'm going to go on Amazon. I'm going to buy a TCL 32-inch flat screen TV, and I'm not going to break that one this time. Not going to break that one this time because you guys have paid for it, and I'm much less likely. I'll destroy my property, which isn't really a good thing anyway, but I don't destroy other people's property. I'll fuck my shit up all day long, which isn't a good thing, but I'm not going to fuck that up. So this is going to be you guys' TV over here. This is why I can't have nice things, guys. This is... Yeah. My temper got the better of me, guys. But again, listen, if I didn't care, I wouldn't be this good, right? That's my quasi-excuse. Appreciate that. Area code 847. Area code 847. You're on Love It, Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
What's up, Donovan? This is Michael. I'm from Chicago.
Michael in Chicago. How you doing, brother?
Good. I just wanted to say so much of what you say is biblical, and it's a shame we can't get this level of truth in our religious institutions.
Wow.
When people walk into religious institutions, they want to hear the practical, everyday, visceral, literal interactions that we have to deal with as men, And we can't get this in so-called spiritual organizations, man. So I just wanted to thank you.
Let me ask you something, Michael.
Be out here.
No, I totally agree, and I appreciate that. Let me ask you something, Michael, because it's not often that I get to talk to somebody. Do you still go to church?
Yeah.
Okay, what is it? And I hear stories and I see stuff on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram all the time. What's it like in the church? Is it really as sort of feminized and anti-man as we're being led to believe?
Depends on the denomination, but quite often, yes, it is. Sometimes it's blatant, and sometimes it's subtle. I'll give you a quick example.
Okay.
The best example is Father's Day. Go to church anywhere in America on Father's Day, and they will spend 60 to 90 minutes bashing you for being a dad, telling you need to step up. You're not doing it good enough. You need to do better.
What? Dude, here's what I was expecting you to tell me, Michael. I was expecting you to tell me on Father's Day, Donovan, they spend 50 to 90 minutes propping up the moms for having to be both mom and dad. But you're telling me that in the church on Father's Day, they spend 50 to 90 minutes bashing fathers in the church?
No matter what you've done, if you're working 80 hours a week, if you've married someone with 5 kids by other dudes, if you repented openly of your shortcomings, they will still tell you it's not enough.
Jesus.
They will still tell you that you need to step up. They will still tell you that no matter how your back has been broken with work over decades, you should have done better. And the women will all stand up and clap and say amen.
Jesus
They
Christ,
will not
man.
mention one word of the kinds of things that you talk about the sins of the women, about reaping what you sow, about women expecting to get no consequences for their sins, and that is not biblical.
Damn,
what
dude.
you say is so much more closer to that which is biblical, which is why I appreciate you, because that's why so many men have a hard time finding a church home, because you are not going to get encouraged. You are going to get bashed, and they're not going to say anything about the sister in the congregation has been married 5 times. They're going to tell you, you need to marry her and pay for them children.
Oh my God, man. I didn't realize. I knew it was bad, Michael. I didn't know it was this bad, dude.
Well, one of the reasons I go is because I'm red-pilled, and I'm always trying to encourage other brothers to read what the Bible actually said. Do you know that the Bible says that men have rights? Did you know that?
Yes, I've been told, yes.
Right. You know, you're never going to hear that anywhere in America, that men have rights, but we do.
Jesus
and they're very
Christ, man.
extensive, and because that system is much more just, much more making sure that out of the covenant, that both sides get what they need and both sides make their own unique contributions.
Jesus.
And that's what I'm telling you, man. You can't hear the kinds of things that you say in these religious institutions.
Nope.
They will not tell the truth about the women.
Well, Michael, listen, man, I appreciate you calling, man. I appreciate your candor. And listen, continue to fight the good fight, man. Like if listen, tell these brothers at church, man, like put them onto my channel, send them to my website, do something, because dude, somebody has to be out here proactively taking these dudes aside and said, hey, listen, man, like I know you want to serve God, but you can't do it in this way, Michael. Thanks for the call, Michael in Chicago. Listen, a lot of guys say I'm doing God's work. I never really thought of it that way, but shit, man. I think maybe I am. Laborde 1980 with the $5 super chat says, have you ever thought about creating a high-value male how-to course? Not really, because becoming a high-value male, it's not easy, but it's pretty simple. Just like MLD says, make money, make muscles. That's about it, man. If you make great money, and as men, we can make great money. We all have the capability to do this. Get in as good a shape as humanly possible. You're automatically going to be high value. That might be something I consider later on, but I don't really know what that would encompass. I don't know. It might have something to do with body, mind, and finances. That's what I talked about at last year's 21 convention. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's what my tour will be this time around here. Area code 754. Area code 754. You're on live at Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Area code 754. Area code 754 going once. Area code 754 going twice. And area code 754 is gone. All right, last call of the day. Area code 323. Area code 323. You're on live at Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Donovan. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hi. My name's Chris, and I'm from Albuquerque.
Okay, Chris in Albuquerque. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Actually, I just wanted to kind of add on to what that guy that was talking about before about like Father's Day in the church.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was actually a Christian for, I'm in my 30s now, but I was actually a Christian for most of my 20s, and I was really active in the church.
Okay.
And I actually went to a church where they actually handled Father's Day like really well. Like my church does a car show in the parking lot on Father's Day.
Oh, that's cool as shit, man.
Yeah, and it was really awesome. Yeah, and the sermons were actually pretty good. So, I mean, even though, I mean, I think that like my church might have had more positive messages for fathers. I've only been red pilled for like a year, and I haven't been involved in the church in a good number of years now. But looking back, one of my problems with the church, and I don't feel like this, excuse me, sorry. I don't feel like this gets talked about enough in the red pill community. One of my problems with the church is that I feel like all it really did in my 20s was build me to be a better beta.
Yes.
Because there were times where I was thinking about like marrying single moms and shit, dude. And I'm just like so glad I'm out of that trap, dude.
Yeah, you do not want to marry single moms. And listen, Chris, you're actually making a very good point. I actually wrote an article and I did a companion podcast called Why Men Are Disenfranchised with the Church. And one of those reasons is because the church literally trains men to be betas in waiting. Like, for whatever reason, it just, and dude, I haven't been to church in over a decade. But what I'm hearing from people, Chris, is that, like, preachers are encouraging men to specifically marry single moms. They're not telling guys in their 30s, they're not telling guys in their late 20s, early 30s to marry the young girl, marry the young childless 24, marry the young childless 22-year-old. No. They want you to marry the 37-year-old with 3 kids by 3 different men because you're doing God's work. I'll give you the last word, Chris.
Yeah, that's right. There's a pastor that I used to like, and I mean, I still like him, but I mean, I don't really consider myself a Christian anymore. I remember hearing him say, "Man up and marry these single moms," and I remember the pastor at my church saying, like, if you're not married now, don't worry about it. He was talking to young people, and he was saying, like, if you're this day and age, the average age to get married is 28. And this was about 10 years
this
ago.
Is unbelievable.
So he's saying, like, oh, okay.
So he's like, listen, don't worry if you're not married. The average age of marriage these days is 28 years old. Yeah, pastor. That's why marriages are in the shit. That's why relationships are in the fucking toilet.
Exactly. And at the time, I felt like, okay, so I still have time. I still have some hope. But he even acknowledged that this day and age, marriage is delayed. And he didn't even indicate that was a bad thing. And at that time, I thought it was like my mission to get married. And now that I'm red-pilled, I'm like, I don't think I want to get married because I know too much. And I'm a little bit resentful to the church for not prepping me better for this.
Listen, how old are you, Chris?
34.
Oh, dude. Listen. You're in the prime of your life, man. Like, you're in the prime of your life. I'm sure you know that now. But, dude, it is so fun. And thanks for the call, Chris. Chris is 34 and unmarried, right? Any man who's 34, 35, 42, 46 and unmarried, guys, we live good lives. A woman who is Chris's age, a woman who's 34 and unmarried, yeah, she's panicking. Guys are starting to get it, man. Guys are starting to get it. Shout out to Amar, who just became a member. Appreciate that call, Amar in Ohio. Shout out to Ronald Saluki as the newest TSR chat. chat member. I greatly appreciate that. We are closing in now on 100 members. I really hate to shrink the audience for, to members only, but the chat always seems to be so much better when I don't open it up to the general public. It's only the trolls that really derail the show. All right, great show today. Let me shout out my super chats. Josh Murray with $120 in super chats today. So Josh Murray paid for my broken monitor, my broken TV here within the first 10 minutes of the program. I appreciate that. Mysterium Lugosi with $10 super chat. Lexington, $5. Crash 816, $10. The Steel Curtain, $5. James Young, $20. John Rampage, $2. Iceman 24, $5. Lavord 1980, $25. Ashish Kaushik with 200 Indian rupees. Whitney Young, $5 super chat. Rang Yak, $2. VV with 5 euros. Appreciate that. Lewis Hall, $10. Said that specifically goes towards the TV. Lavord 1980, $5. And VV with another 2. Oh yeah. He's with the 2 euro super chat. Says, sorry, Donovan, it won't let me super chat the above. That's all right. Don't sweat it. Don't worry about it. I appreciate the super chats, guys. The $132 television has been paid for. I got bloody knuckles over here. Let me shout out my new members, the newest members of the TSR Towers chat squad. Amar in Ohio, Ronald Saluki, and of course Nigger. I appreciate you guys supporting the show, becoming new chat members. Appreciate that. Shout out to my OG members, New York's Ninth Wonder, Pimped Out Geese, Bird Prey 1, Ace and Spades, Chase LeBeau. Chase LeBeau is a TSR OG, man. He really is. Chase LeBeau is a TSR OG. Oh, and by the way, for those of you guys just joining, I'm going to play one last time. I'm going to play the clip of Devin walking out of the bathroom stark naked when we were at the Four Seasons Hotel over the weekend, which would not have been a problem except for the fact that I was doing a podcast. Just doing a live stream. Devin walks out of the bathroom stark naked. She's not wearing anything but lipstick and maybe a smile. Maybe she had on the hoops, I don't know, but she was naked. Wouldn't have been a problem except for I had my back to the window and the lights were on, so everybody got an eyeful of Devin's large and luscious boobs. So I'm going to play that clip for you here shortly. Yes, it is going to be edited. No, you will not be able to actually see her tits, but the whole interaction was very fun and lighthearted. So appreciate you guys. And again, guys, listen, man, I appreciate you guys. I mean, listen, man, we're 2 hours late getting on the air, and I've still got 500 people watching. So I greatly appreciate you guys' loyalty. VV says, why does it censor super chat for the same text? Let me type it in this chat. That's weird. I don't know why that is, VV. I don't know why that is. I'll take a look at the settings. I think it might have to do with the settings in terms of censoring certain words and phrases or whatever the case may be. So I'll definitely take a look at that. That is a little bit weird. So without further ado, I'm going to play one more time. I'm going to play the clip one more time of Devin walking out absolutely butt naked. Here we go.
Oh, that dude said booty loop. Okay, like you are butt naked. And
Which
people can...
one? This one?
Sweetie, I need you to lower yourself. I need you to lower yourself. There you go.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. That's all right.
One?
Yeah, that one. That one. I don't think anybody saw titties on the camera. It's all good. There we go. She walked out here butt naked. I'm like, yo, lower yourself. I'm not trying to get demonetized up in this motherfucker.
Yo, did you see how fast she doomed? Her ass was gone. That was so funny shit. No, that was so funny fucking shit. VV says Devin is the gift that keeps on giving. Man, I'm trying to tell you, that was funny as hell. That was funny as hell. Lewis Hall with another $5 super chat. Says, and they charge premium prices. Oh, that was funny as hell. Trey Hooper says, sorry for calling you Bill Cosby 2.0 the other day. I was just fucking around, brother. Oh, I don't care about that. I don't care about that. Listen, I'm trying to get Devin fucked up so I can take advantage of her. Yeah, that Bill Cosby 2.0 probably would apply to that. I'd have a problem with it. I wouldn't have a problem with it. Oh, my goodness. My thanks to all of my callers. Greg in New Jersey. Jim in Mississippi. Make sure you keep those baby mamas in line. Jim in Mississippi. Keep those baby mamas in line. Dub in Dallas. Drop some serious knowledge on the show. Anthony in the Outer Banks. Living that beach life. Amar in Ohio just became a member, so I greatly, greatly appreciate that. Michael in Chicago. I appreciate you calling, talking about the church. Also, Chris in Albuquerque talking about the show. I greatly, greatly appreciate that. Now I got to go back because I just got a $10 super chat. Ronald Taluki with a $10 super chat says, I'm 52, live and work in Japan. I've been listening to your content through YouTube, Patreon. I just got your audio version of how to build a better woman. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much, Ronald. I appreciate that. Ronald is what I like to call a full supporter, right? He super chats, he became a member, he is a patron, and he bought a course. Men like Ronald are the reason why I have this unbelievable studio. He really is. I appreciate the support, Ronald. Like that, it is never lost on me when men spend their hard-earned money on my content. I greatly, greatly appreciate that. Okay, let's try this one more time. That is going to do it for this edition of TSR Live. I greatly appreciate you guys sticking around. I know exactly how to get on the air, so I'm going to have to start it a little bit sooner to make sure I'm on the air by 3 o'clock. At any rate, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.